Welcome to today's video, and as you have already correctly identified from the title, yes, I will be making some strong changes to my personal portfolio, including the overall strategy itself. So make sure to stay until the end today, so that you are perfectly prepared for the upcoming bull run before the big upswing takes place. I will also make some changes regarding the US dollar 50,000 portfolio. I had introduced it back then, and the goal is to grow it from US dollar 50,000 to 1 million during the upcoming bull run. And to achieve this goal, it is of course essential for investors to remain active in the market and accordingly adjust their portfolio dynamically. And that's exactly why I'm giving you a little update today regarding the market in general and how I personally will approach things in the coming days and weeks, because I don't want to bore you at the end of the day with the same altcoins every time. I think you already know which good altcoins I am invested in, so definitely check that out. The last videos were also extremely well received by you, and also some altcoins that I had introduced there. In the meantime, we have already laid out 3, 4, 5 times. However, we will also talk about this calmly in today's video. Otherwise, I would like to apologize again for not posting a video for 10 days. I had so much organizational work to do and was also traveling a lot. So a big sorry for that. I will definitely be uploading videos much more actively again. Otherwise, anyone who is interested in my private life can feel free to follow me on Instagram. As I said, it's purely private what I personally do. It's not necessarily crypto specific. And of course, I occasionally share a little crypto story, but mostly it's just about my private life. Therefore, anyone who wants to follow along can feel free to leave a follow. Otherwise, let's dive directly into today's video content and take a look at what our personal portfolio has done with the US dollar 50,000 talents. How would I structure a new crypto portfolio at this point in time? I have implemented a new structure. It is also extremely important at this point in time to talk about such topics. Then there is a small market update on how I personally assess the coming days and weeks. And then we will later discuss some altcoins that I am currently keeping a close eye on, where I see very good entry opportunities, especially regarding the next few weeks. So definitely stay tuned until the end for that. Today's video is packed with value. At this point, I should also mention that in today's video, I am not being paid for any project to promote anything here. So just when I will also touch on a few meme coins later, I am not being paid or anything like that. It has always been important to me to mention this at the beginning of the video. Otherwise, let's take a look at our current portfolio. It is currently at 46,000 US dollars. We have individual outliers that have performed incredibly well. For example, Hoppy. We perfectly executed the trade as a community. We are currently at a good 3x. You can also see it live here in the portfolio. And also back then when I made the video about Hoppy, or rather included Hoppy and ranked it here on the 100x, once in the memes video and once here in the last ranking video, the entire comment section was filled with Hoppy, Hoppy everywhere. It was all spammed, so some probably took the trade from my community. That's why, happy profits. Otherwise, other positions have also performed relatively well, especially BitTensor Tau or Popcat, and we also see here 01 Labs, which I am personally incredibly convinced about, having shown extremely strong price performance, and it is also one of my favorite AI projects. So for anyone who hasn't heard of 01 Labs yet, definitely check it out. The current market cap is 50 million. For me personally, it's like the little brother of BitTensor and even does some things better than BitTensor. I can well imagine that 01 Labs will reach the billion range during the upcoming bull run. Therefore, here we see an overview of the current portfolio. In my opinion, I would not structure the portfolio quite the same way at this point as I did back then. A lot has changed over the last period. For that reason, I would like to transition directly to an extremely important topic, especially for certain investors out there. I know we have some investors in my community who are already doing a lot of things right. But there are simply many newcomers or many investors who participated in the last cycle, some of whom are still stuck in old opinions, which I believe could be very, very dangerous for the upcoming bull run. And that is exactly why I am making today's video, just to give a little reminder about how important it is to adapt to market changes at the current time, because quite a bit has happened over the last few days and weeks. We have seen it, and we can take a look at the overall overview. Here we can see it quite well. By far, meme coins have performed the best. I also posted it again on my Twitter account, where we can see it relatively well throughout the entire month of October. We can take a look at the individual sectors here. So here we have basically Gaming Layer 2, DePin AI. You can't see it because of my face cam, but it's very clear that memes have performed the best by far. Really, by far, by far. And that's why, in my opinion, it is essential to systematically incorporate meme coins into one's own portfolio. We can see it here in our own portfolio. Ultimately, the best practical example showing the direction in which the upcoming cycle is developing. And there we see it quite clearly. Yes, the best performers by far are meme coins. Of course, there are also some AI coins, if you choose the right ones. There are also some AI coins that are in my portfolio, meaning in this demo portfolio, in the negative. But we can clearly see that the trend is moving towards memes and AI. And that's why, in my opinion, it is important, as already mentioned, to prepare for it. For that reason, I have prepared a little something. Here at this point, it should be said that this is certainly not a perfect ultrasound. Regarding the topic of this portfolio basic structure, I will soon give my personal opinion on it. Please make sure to write in the comments a percentage breakdown of the individual narratives regarding how you are currently invested. I would really be interested, because that was also a question in my inner circle or in my private network. Hey, how would you weight the individual sectors at this current time? And so I would personally proceed at this point in time. You can also feel free to write in the comments, hey Vincent, you're crazy, you're completely out of your mind, or anything else. So please feel free to write your honest opinion in the comments. And of course, I would be extremely interested in your own portfolio structuring. At this current time, I would proceed as follows: AI and DePin with 41%, thus weighted the most. Memes with 36%, gaming with 8%, RWA with 8%, and Layer 1. So something like Tectum or another Solana or something else with 7%, this would be my personal approach. Of course, regarding Layer 1, there are also some AI projects that are simultaneously a Layer 1, but I think you definitely know what I am getting at with this portfolio structure. Please make sure to write in the comments how you would approach it. But this is how I would personally create a fresh portfolio now. I want to be completely honest with you, my portfolio is not exactly one-to-one as it is presented here, because I have of course already invested a year ago, 2 years ago, and I still have some existing positions in the portfolio, or I have old positions that have performed better in part. But this is roughly how I would proceed so that you are informed at this point, and this is how we will later proceed with our adjusting the $50,000 portfolio. Therefore, I will show again at the end of the video what I will currently change in this portfolio. However, today's video will not go too deep into the subject of meme coins. I will record a separate video on that in the coming days. So, if you are interested in that, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss such videos. Now let's jump right into the altcoins that I am currently keeping a close eye on. I actually just wanted to give a brief market update in today's video, but otherwise the content of the videos always gets too mixed up. So I think you also have a rough idea of how we currently stand. There are also some other good YouTubers who are reporting on what will happen or could happen in the coming days. I also don't want to make any crystal ball predictions at this point. In my opinion, the market is currently in a very good position. I personally keep buying altcoins, so you know about it. Right now, we really have a very good, positive, upward momentum, and I can well imagine that we will break through significant resistance levels in the near future. I have also pointed this out repeatedly on my Twitter account regarding how I am currently proceeding, as well as what the whales are doing at this time. It is truly impressive. The foundation is extremely solid. The elections also look very, very good right now. So we really have a very, very solid foundation. And for that reason, I think it makes a lot of sense to make some final reinvestments now before this parabolic upswing actually takes place. That's why we will jump straight into the altcoins. First, I want to briefly review a few altcoins. Turbo is one of them. I wouldn't invest right now, even though I am personally invested. It's a bit paradoxical, but I want you to be aware of this as you look for another entry point. In my opinion, it's a bit too high. Yes, back then it was a very good entry point. I also mentioned it on my YouTube channel. It is actually one of my top memes in my own portfolio, or rather, what I have repeatedly mentioned on my YouTube channel. So back then, we definitely got a very good entry. Otherwise, what I personally unfortunately missed, to be completely honest with you, is GigaChat, which has exploded like crazy. I have been keeping an eye on the coin for a very, very long time, just like Sigma and the other culture coins at this point. You might have also heard about SPEC or this goat coin. It's really crazy what's happening in the meme coin space. That's why, in my opinion, it's really important to engage with it. For that reason, something extremely exciting is coming up in the next video. I have already prepared quite a bit for it. Here you can see the watch list that I have currently created, including Boys Club memes, which I will also talk about in the following videos. And of course, culture memes as well. Here you can see other culture memes that, in my opinion, will perform similarly to Giga, Jet, and Sigma. We'll talk about that shortly. Now let's talk again about a few good plays at the current time, where I personally see a lot of short-term potential. Maple, a new RWA project, which I haven't mentioned on my YouTube channel yet. A market cap of 90 million is currently looking very good. It is essentially a similar player to Ondo, which is also an infrastructure project that aims to bring real assets onto the blockchain. I find it to be a very good project for the real-world asset sector, especially at 90 million, as there is still a lot of potential in it. Then the next project, Tectum, I had also mentioned again, but I want to incorporate it once more in today's video because we currently have a very good chart in front of us. With a slight discount in quotes, they have come back a bit to $9.7, and here I also see quite a bit of potential, so personally this would be my top favorite Layer 1 player regarding my own portfolio. As I said, please remember this structure. If I were to incorporate Layer 1 projects, it would be Tectum and Calibrium, which is also a very strong project. I had mentioned it a few weeks ago on my YouTube channel, and I want to include it again in today's video. It is an extremely, extremely strong project that basically encompasses the whole. Decentralizing the internet is of course still in its early stages and is highly volatile. We have seen a strong pump of over 140%, and now it has dropped significantly from 40 cents, currently back down to 19 cents, which is a decrease of 50%. However, in my opinion, the bottom is in here. Yes, I have the chart open and you can see it relatively well connected, and in my opinion, the bottom is at the 18 to 19 US dollar range. And that's exactly why I bought more here, and that's why I wanted to include it in today's video so that you are informed about it. Then we will talk a bit about the AI projects. I think at the end of the day, you know which AI projects I have on my radar. Yes, I have mentioned it on my YouTube channel. The last video was well received, my 20 best AI and deep learning projects for the upcoming Bullrun. Highly recommended video that also reflects my personal opinion regarding the individual projects. Now I have included 1 or 2 new projects that I find very exciting at the moment. One of them is Spectral AI with a market cap of 16 million, which already has an existing product. That is exactly why we have seen an extremely strong chart throughout the entire summer, so I really like it a lot. Fully Diluted is also 100% in circulating supply. This is an AI project that attempts to predict the market through decentralized AI capabilities. Providing tools to discover generally emerging trends in the crypto market is, in my opinion, a very significant use case. What I particularly like is that they already have an existing product. So here, at the end of the day, we are not just playing with the vision or teasing something on a website, we actually have the opportunity to test the beta version. As I said, I am not being paid by the project. You can do whatever you want there, but I would recommend everyone to try it out at least once because in my opinion, it conveys a very good image and is currently in a very good position. And as soon as a breakout occurs here, I can also imagine that it could quickly achieve a 10x increase. As I said, a market cap of 16 million is absolutely nothing. It is also a very good hidden gem for me personally. I really like the project at 16 million, which is why I wanted to include it in today's video. I will possibly talk about it more often in the future. Otherwise, I also introduced Spectral AI in the last video. You can check it out from 10 days ago among the best AI projects at the current time. We have also had a nice breakout, with it gaining about 50% since I made the last video. The current market cap is 120 million, and it is heading towards decentralized AI agents. Given what we have seen from Elon Musk, who has produced these Tesla robots, I can well imagine that such events, such global events, could also fuel the crypto market and serve as a catalyst to drive such projects forward. That's why I am also a very big fan of Spectral AI. As I said, this is not paid advertising. Then there's Tars AI, the next project that I've had on my radar for a while. I also made a detailed YouTube video about it on my YouTube channel, and in my opinion, the bottom is in at 10-12 US dollar cents. I really like it a lot. Tarsus AI runs on Solana. It could also become one of the top players in the Solana ecosystem because it involves AI infrastructure where decentralized AI applications can be brought onto the blockchain. A market cap of 70 million is not particularly high. Therefore, I see a lot of potential here, especially since there is already a solid foundation. So here is the chart. It looks relatively clean as well. Even throughout the entire summer lull, Tarsus AI has held up very, very well. Then the last, or rather the penultimate project, OpenGPU, should. Every one of you who watches my YouTube videos knows it by now. If not, be sure to watch the detailed video on OpenGPU. One of my favorite projects, if not my top project. The current market cap at 10 million has also corrected well in the last few days. So, for anyone who hasn't fully filled their bags yet, this is definitely possibly the last chance to get in at a good price. As mentioned, no financial advice. You must make your own purchasing decisions, and I am not paid by OpenGPU. But just so you know, I see a lot of potential here, especially when OpenGPU experiences small pullbacks repeatedly. Historically, it has usually been worthwhile to jump back in, especially after those small dips. Then the next project, Znet, is also a project that is still completely at the beginning. A 1 million market cap, absolute high risk project. 10 out of 10 risk, but if such a project really takes off, it can happen relatively quickly. So, a 100x can also happen quite rapidly because a 1 million market cap is not particularly much. I really like the chart. Yes, it has stabilized nicely with a nice bottom formation that has occurred recently, and that's why there is also some potential here. I really like the infrastructure. The whole presentation is impressive, especially for such a small project. There is already quite a lot to show. There is also an existing product in part. It's definitely worth taking a closer look here. I will explain it in detail in one of the other videos if necessary. Otherwise, the next project we are looking at is Sensei AI. It is currently doing relatively well. As mentioned, these are newer projects, smaller projects, very risky. So you definitely have to be careful when dealing with such small projects. This is always very important to me at this point. That you first have a certain foundation in your portfolio on which you can build, because when small projects are added to the portfolio, it is essential to have really secure bets in the portfolio where you can confidently say that nothing will happen to the portfolio. Therefore, it should also be mentioned at this point to definitely be cautious, especially with such small projects. But here too, I see a lot of potential in Sensei because in my opinion, we have a unique use case here that does not exist in other AI projects, thus a clear unique selling proposition. Here, digital replicas can be brought onto the blockchain. In other words, real people are replicated using AI and placed on the blockchain. The use case is very exciting and is also noticeable on the chart. So here too, since July, we have actually only seen higher highs. Currently, the chart looks relatively good, which is why I wanted to record a second video today. Otherwise, we will talk about a few memes and meme coin plays that one can take advantage of at the end of the video. Of course, there is Jupiter, which serves as an infrastructure project that is used similarly to Uniswap. One can imagine it as a decentralized trading platform for memes or for Solana in general, but it is mainly used for memes. Therefore, for those who may not want to invest directly in meme coins but still want to benefit from them in general, it is definitely always wise to invest in infrastructure projects. Whether it's Jupiter or Banana Gun, it's basically a decentralized trading bot that can be used for meme coins, and it also looks incredibly strong from a technical analysis perspective. So, in my opinion, this is a great alternative if someone is a bit hesitant about certain meme coins, as at least investing in the infrastructure allows one to benefit when meme coins perform better again, because the infrastructure is of course needed to trade meme coins. Otherwise, as I said in one of the next videos, I will focus more on culture meme coins that could now show similar performance, just like Sigma or GOAT, which are other meme coins that have performed extremely well. We can take a look at them. In my opinion, we are still completely at the beginning here as well, so I believe that Sigma is still a good investment at the current time. Otherwise, we will briefly talk about a meme coin that I have personally included in my own portfolio. As I said, it's extremely risky. I am not being paid. I just want to mention it so that you can also take some profits. Specifically, it is the meme coin called Alpha, which I personally bought into with a small tranche down here. After the breakout, it looks very good from a technical analysis perspective, and it is also very similar to memes like GigaChat, especially the whole theme of reject modernity. Alpha is a very large space on the internet, and for that reason, I could imagine a similar performance here as with Sigma or GigaChat. As I said, it's extremely risky. If you do get involved, only use play money, but I just wanted to mention it. Otherwise, in the next video, I will showcase some Boys Club memes again, simply because I see a lot of potential here as well. We can take a look at that. I have created a special watch list. Of course, you can also take a screenshot and do your own research based on that. But even here, we saw it with Hoppy. I bought in back then at around 0.05 US dollar cents. As a community, we found a perfect entry point. And here too, the chart performance is really impressive when it comes to Hoppy. And now Hoppy has, so to speak, a little brother from the Boys Club memes. So this is actually not some made-up meme that was suddenly created overnight, but it is basically from the comic series, from the Boys Clubs, another meme coin. I know it's a bit complicated. I had to work my way into it as well. But here we see Fefe. This is also a kind of frog. In my opinion, it could perform similarly to Hoppy. Here too, we currently see a very good chart picture. As mentioned, incredibly risky. One must be extremely careful here. At the end of the day, anything can happen. Especially with a market cap of 5.8 million, one has to be extremely careful anyway. As I said, I am not paid by any meme coins here. But here I definitely see potential, especially due to Hoppy's performance. It could very well be realistic that the little brother Fefe will also deliver a similarly strong performance. Of course, one must wait and, as mentioned, be extremely cautious here. Otherwise, I have some other exciting meme plays up my sleeve, so definitely check out the other videos as I have already prepared quite a bit for you. As I mentioned, in the coming days and weeks, some more exciting videos will be coming your way, so make sure to stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and as promised, there will be a small portfolio update at the end of the video regarding what I will change in my $50,000 US dollar portfolio. I will sell a part of my USCT. Specifically, I will sell $1,000 US dollars of the USCT to include a new meme coin in the portfolio. This meme coin is none other than Sigma. Simply because the performance of Giga has been incredibly strong, we can take a look at it here. Currently, a market cap of just under 600 million. It's really impressive, and I can imagine something similar for Sigma as well. It is a strong culture coin. The culture is relatively large, also on other social media platforms. Everyone knows the Sigma. It is a different character than the Alpha. In a way, it is the lone wolf Alpha. Well, I can't explain it badly in that sense either, but I believe you know what I mean, and I think each of you is also familiar with the Sigma memes. Those who are not familiar with it are probably a bit older or simply not active on social media anymore. However, in my opinion, it's not a bad meme where I really see potential. Therefore, as I said, one must be very careful. But I just want to bring in some exposure with 1,000 US dollars here as well. That's why we will add this to the portfolio. Otherwise, as mentioned, everything is still current here. One just has to be patient, especially when it comes to such portfolios. Especially naturally, such a portfolio that we are addressing here on the YouTube channel, where we are really trying to scale from US dollar 50,000 to 1 million. One must also take certain risks accordingly. You can't just include large projects like Casper and BitTensor, which are great in themselves. Projects are important, and of course you can design a portfolio that way, but if you really want to focus on performance and get the absolute maximum out of the upcoming bull run, it is simply important to take a certain level of risk. That's why we also have some hidden gems here, some small projects, so you are informed about them. Otherwise, I really enjoyed making today's video, so feel free to leave a subscription here. In the coming days, a lot is coming your way. I can definitely promise you that. I have set up a whole setup here for this purpose. Now I am also prepared for the upcoming bull run, and of course generally for new YouTube videos. So be sure to write in the comments what your portfolio looks like at the moment. Of course, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And then I would say, see you in the next video.